I don't know how much longer this will be, but yeah. So, and me and my twin didn't really talk telepathically too much on the walk today, but it was just more like he just wanted to spend time with me and just be there in silence. You don't have to always talk. So it's like what he wanted to do. And so I was like, oh, okay. But I did tell him yesterday, like, just come to me as a friend. Don't come to me with, like, expectations and shit. Because I'm just going to be like, it triggers me. Because it's like, you're still over there with your cycles. Like, what are you fucking talking about? Expectations or what? It was more like he just doesn't want me to, he would be chasing me, basically. And so I'm just like, I'd just be running because I'm like, it's not gonna happen. I'm running the fuck the other way, you know? But now it's like, no, just believe it. I'm like, yeah, he waited for me for 10 years. We've only been in separation for like almost a year in May. So I'm like, but then again, he's like, well, we also didn't experience, like, it was just a dream back then. That's why he was able to wait for 10 years, you know? Like, so he understands it's hard. But still, it's like, okay. I'm just like, but I don't want to be hella old and not be able to enjoy the union. But it's like, I'm already almost 36. But, okay, but that's not old, even though society wants to tell us, oh my god, you're old. It's like, that's not even old, bro. What are you talking about? I don't feel old. Actually, my body feels younger than it's probably ever felt. Aside when I was a kid, of course, you know, but like, because it doesn't have all this toxic shit that I put in it. I don't do that, you know, like, I don't know. So I'm just like, confirmation burp, I guess. Yeah, so I don't know if I have anything else to say. But yeah, that person that was like, see, because like I was also in a state of like, I'm just gonna like critique and judge every reading that I watch, even though it's like, well, why are you watching it if you're just gonna critique it? But I just be like, I do that sometimes, and so like I don't want to be like that. So like I think it was yesterday I was like in a better mood, and I was like, oh, fuck it. Like, I don't know. Also, I don't know. So like, you know, Scorpio moons usually are like for shadow work, but the Sag moon is usually lighthearted. But I think there's aspects yesterday, certain harsh aspects, and like me and my roommate almost got into I don't know, because we were watching this show that one of my friends suggested, and I was like, did he say light work? And I thought he meant like light language, the guy on there, and I don't know, I guess my roommate was shaking his head or something, and I was like, and I answered to myself, and he's like, well, he was like, I was like, oh, was it? I was like, I didn't even know what you were doing. I was just answering to myself. Sometimes we can get into little tips like that. But, yeah, so I was like, okay, so I was like, God damn it, I was like, okay, so we're doing the shadow work with this Sag moon. I don't know, but anyways. I was, like, my inner self or whatever asked me last night as I was trying to sleep, like, how long has it been since you cried? I was like, I don't know. But she was just like, so, too long if you can't remember. Yeah, you're right. It's hard for me to feel things sometimes, but I'm still learning how to validate my own feelings. Which isn't easy when you've always been invalidated, so. I don't know. Sometimes I look at other people and I'm like, how are you so far? Like, you're so far because, like, you don't have autism or, like, all this stuff. Like, and it's like, I do all this healing and I still feel like it's hard to make friends. And I get so much anxiety and, like, so much fear when it comes to trying to make friends because I'm like, you're just gonna get bored or you're gonna see the mirror that I don't even intentionally do. And you're gonna be like, yeah, goodbye. I'm not dealing with this bitch. Or whatever, or like mental illness shows, you know, or like, I don't know. mine isn't even as bad as it used to be. So I'll just be like, I don't want to make any friends. And then but I do. I'm just scared. Like, I just get scared. And it's like, I need to see more autistic spiritual people. Like, I just need to follow more autistic people or whatever. It's like, we experience, like, you could do all the healing, but you still, because you're autistic, like, unless you're autistic, you're not gonna get it. Like, people reject us just for that. Like, they just know that something's off about us or something. I don't know. It's so fucked up. But that's the way it is. And it's like, we just be feeling like, okay, I'm not that different. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I get it. I get in my own little worlds. Especially when I'm taking a walk and I'm just, like, looking around. Like, I'm just, like, enthralled with all the signs I'm seeing. Sure, people be like, what is wrong with that bitch? Is she high? Yeah, well, I'm kinda just experiencing the signs and synchronicities and shit. I don't know. And, like, I don't want a career, but at the same time, like, I would like to be able to sell some of my art, but it's hard. Because I'm also a projector in human design. I have to wait for the invitation, and I'm like, all right then, it's not coming, that's fine. But it's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but I guess maybe it's not that. Maybe I'm not really supposed to monetize my art. It'll just take the fun out of it or whatever. I also don't create enough, but I do, I would. I don't know. I didn't have very much support or anything growing up, so it's, like, really hard to be like, oh, I have to be happy alone before I could get, like, so then you really are saying that I don't deserve love as I am. So, but at the same time, it's like, no, you just can't be codependent. And so it's like, all this balancing, this shit is so fucking ridiculously hard. And people want to try to, I don't know. But it's like, it's not always the fact that people marry you all the time. Like, we don't always marry everybody. Like, sometimes people are just fucked up. Or sometimes they just don't align. Or sometimes they're just like, I don't feel like rising up to meet you. I'm gonna go. And then it's like, okay, thanks for the extra trauma. Thanks. Thanks for the extra trauma. You could have just left me the fuck alone. So it's like, okay. Yeah, but, like, recently I was tempted to go back and, like, oh, my roommate's here, I might as well just go back to that, but I just need to grieve and leave it alone, like, I even got jealous of the other day where he was talking about, with his stepbrother, that he was talking about, like, they were talking about a one-night stand he'd had, and for some reason I'm like, why the fuck is this happening? Like, why am I didn't react, I didn't, like, get upset or anything, but I was, like, inside myself, I'm like, why the fuck am I even jealous about this? It's just annoying, because it's, like, you can see karmic energies within yourself, too. You could be like, yeah, but I have to let this person go as much as I don't want to. But, like, I have to let them go so that they could find their own happiness. But it's like, but I was supposed to be theirs. I don't know. It's just so annoying. Also, when you grow up with, like, not being good enough and blah, 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 and all that shit with all the trauma, it's like, you didn't feel worthy of love and all this stuff, you kind of want somebody, like, a part of you, because of the toxic part or unhealed part is like, I want somebody to pine after me forever. But it's like, but also partially, I think it's part of the twin flame journey, because it's like, yeah, I don't know. In a way, because, like, our twin is, like, nobody's better for us than our twin, you know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah. But it's like, no, just gotta recognize these behaviors and move on, and this wasn't supposed to be this long.